Hi, it's John Binney. So today I'd like to talk about the third eye. What is it to me and how can you help open it? Well, if we start with the two human eyes, I think our two human eyes are very broad in their capability. Like they can see huge spectrums of light waves. But in terms of our how we see with our brain. So it's our brains processing those signals and then deciding what's important and what's not. And that's really interesting because there's so much around you in your peripheral vision that you don't pay much attention to because your mind is focusing on specific points for you, what's relevant, especially what's moving, what's close to you, what's a threat, what's a beautiful thing. And that's really interesting when you think about it. A lot of people, and I've had this too, they experience kind of seeing things in the corner of their eyes. And so to me, when I see like kind of shapes or shadows or orbs or anything in the corner of my eye, it's kind of like your mind isn't focused there right now, but your brain can see it. And so your eye is trying to say, I can see this thing over here, but your brain isn't really paying attention to it. And it's almost like you're kind of seeing into a different phase or a different spectrum that you're not used to normally looking at. In terms of the third eye, I think that's been a big adventure for me. So I certainly believe in reincarnation, and in previous lives, I feel like I went through an experience, and that's for a whole other video, but an experience of blocking my third eye. And it was almost like shutting down that capability. It was like, I think I had a real strength there. And so it was like, something went wrong. And it's like, I'm going to shut this down so that I can like lead a normal life. And I think there's definitely a fear aspect to the third eye for me, which is, if I could really see in every dimension, in every wavelength, in every kind of aspect and phase of this reality all at the same time, like how would I cope? Like how would I navigate through day-to-day existence? Like would I see dead people? Would I see like ghosts? Would I see entities and orbs and colors and things? And like would people just think I'm crazy and would I just like freak out and lose my mind? And I think so what I've done a lot through meditation is to really sit down and focus on third eye meditations, and that's really useful to help unblock and to be able to really release and connect with your physical abilities as well as your metaphysical abilities. Please do post in the comments below if you've got a great third eye opening meditation. There's quite a few. I'll certainly dig some out myself and put them in. I definitely recommend trying those and going for what works with you. And to me, more recent experiences with the third eye they're like, it's really hard to describe. It's a little bit like seeing with your mind. So traditionally people might call it like your mind's eye, or I can visualize it. And your third eye to me is like it's capable of seeing kind of through different dimensions and wavelengths at the same time. And it can somewhat overlay on top of your normal vision. I think what's reassuring about that is that your mind doesn't feel it's quite so crazy. It's like, actually, I can see some things, but I can see the difference. So I could focus on what I could see with my physical eyes, and then I could focus on what I see with my third eye. And I could choose to block out my third eye if I wanted to. And I think also when our kind of vibration's lower and we're not in a particularly happy place, we tend to naturally close our third eye. So the happier we are and the safer we are, the more likely we are to open up our third eye. And yeah, in terms of what I see, so I've seen, I know I tend to see like sometimes shadows and shapes, especially when I'm out and about running early in the morning. And a couple I describe as like seeing almost like shadow figures, like ghosts. Now I don't know that that's necessarily just through my third eye. I think I'm seeing them physically. It's like a shadow is like kind of run across very fast in front of you, but it's distinct. Like your mind is picking it up and it can see the outline and it can see a figure, and not necessarily negative. Just kind of in a different phase or in a different dimension. And also increasingly I see things like energies flowing. I tend to have to feel in a kind of more relaxed and happier and connected state, but I can see energies like flowing around the land and through trees, and start to see like more like auras around things, especially living things. So trees and people, and then just sometimes orbs. And so you see some of this. I have some footage myself, and sometimes I see them in the studio here as well. But just like white orbs or little flashes of kind of blue or purple orbs, and it's just something there, just letting you know that it's there. And it's cool to also interact with these things. Smile when you see something you like, or if you don't like something, just say. And it's really important. You can say to the universe, you can say to like your spirit guides, you can say, "I'm not ready for this yet. I'd just like to slow things down a little bit. Please take this. I want to take this at my own pace." And you can also say, "Actually, I'm ready. I'm ready now, and I'm ready for the next stage, the next lesson in my kind of awakening and life journey." So it's really up to you. You can put the throttle on and off. It's up to you. I will have to talk more about some of the experience I've had, perhaps in a separate video when I talk into more detail. But I also see things a lot more when I connect to people. And it's not necessarily like a physical interaction, but more like remote connection. So if I'm connecting with someone I know on YouTube that's in the other side of the world, I start to visualize a lot more. I see a lot more in my mind's eye. So yeah, that's some of my recent experiences of the third eye, and I hope to share more over time. Please share your experiences. Please share videos of what people see, and also fascinating. It's always fascinating to understand a bit more about what we think in this kind of 3D world science about the pineal gland and how it can be calcified, opened up, and what it is like. Is it really like kind of interdimensional like gateways so that we can connect into higher aspects of this reality? So that's been 7 minutes. Thank you so much for staying with me for this long. It's been amazing talking to you, and I send my love from here in Scotland to you.